All right, this is Greg here, and we're going to look at Notebook LM. This was one of the products of the year by Google. This product allows you to feed it sources, whether it's YouTube videos, PDFs, it could be audio files, and basically it takes all these sources, it uses AI, and with this notebook, you can ask it questions, you can create study guides, you can share your notebook with other friends, and the killer feature, which went viral, was the ability to create a podcast. But not only a podcast that you can customize to focus on a particular topic in your notebook. And you can actually interact with it now. You can ask questions of the podcast hosts. And you can download this podcast if you want to listen to your particular topic while on the go or in your car. So in this lesson, we're going to cover the pro version of Notebook LM, and the major difference between the free version and the pro version is being able to not only add more sources and get analytics, but you can also use the discover source function to search the internet for some of the top articles and add it to your notebook. The very cool thing about Notebook LM is that if you ask it an answer, it's not going to hallucinate. It's only going to use the sources that you have approved for your notebook to come up with the answers. The answers are going to be linked to a citation which link to your source. So that in a nutshell is Notebook LM. Now I'm just going to show you a notebook that I've created for pickleball paddles. Actually, you can see one that I have for VO3, but I've also created one just for pickleball paddles. So I've asked it to find some sources. So if you click discover, I asked it to find the top pickleball paddles of 2025 and what are some best practices for customization and maintenance. And after I submitted that, it came up with some of the best sources using Google's search technology to come up with blog articles, PDFs, videos, and I think I have close up to a whole page of sources, 20 sources in fact. And this is enough to create a study guide. So I can click study guide. So it's generating one based on the 20 sources. So these sources, in some cases, are handbooks. So they're really, really in-depth, long, in-depth topics on a particular topic. But Notebook LM is able to really synthesize this information and become a knowledge base. I can ask it questions right here from the prompt. You can see that it actually comes up with some prompts that I can ask it. What different paddle materials and construction elements influence paddle design? So I can click that. It's going to come up with the answer using the sources. If you've actually used Microsoft products, they're calling this technology their AI agents. Basically, you're creating an AI specialist and you're feeding it the sources, so it becomes really good at this one topic that you can use it to ask questions at a prompt. So it came up with the answer here. The overall design of a pickleball paddle is significantly influenced by its materials. I'm not going to read it all, but it came up with a very detailed answer with a lot of citations. And if I click one of those citations, it goes to the source guide, right? And that actually shows you the source of that reply. On the right-hand side in the studio, this is where you can create your podcasts. And interactive mode is where you can actually join the podcast, ask it a question. So we can refresh the chat here. Let's go over to the studio. We can load the conversation. You can create an FAQ. But the podcast is probably my favorite feature of NotebookLM. Some other things I wanted to note is you can share this out. So if you click share in the top right, you can share this to other people with a Gmail address. You can share this publicly. And then once you share it to a certain amount of people, you can actually get analytics of your NotebookLM. So my podcast has generated.
Welcome to the deep dive. If you've dipped even a toe into the world of pickleball lately,
and I'll just show you how I can join.
It's really become a phenomenon.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
I'm going to click interactive mode and join this podcast.
Literally.
Hello.
Welcome to the deep dive. If you've dipped even a toe.
Oh, hey, our listener wants to join in. What's up?
Hi, can you tell me what the top pickleball paddle of 2025 is and the cost and why?
That is a fantastic question, and we love that you're jumping right in with it.
It's definitely on a lot of people's minds.
So when we're talking about the top paddle for 2025, especially considering cost, it really depends on what you're looking for.
Right, because top can mean different things.
If you're eyeing something under $100, the Warping Point paddle, which B Pickleballer actually labeled the #1 control paddle for 2025, is now.
So that's the interactive mode. So that's a really powerful feature. I can see podcasters using this tool. I can see people that want to study, so students, if they want to study for an exam or certification. This is a great resource. And also as a creator, you can basically focus on a particular topic, let's say pickleball paddles, and you can actually create a video out of this. So one idea is you can download the audio, you can put some video footage over it to create a video, but you can also use your NotebookLM to create prompts and scripts that you can then feed into Google's Flow using VO3 to create some educational videos using AI. So I'm just scratching the surface of what's possible, but I wanted to make that link between Google's different products. So Google Gemini is really good for general purpose questions, but you can also use it to create prompts for Google's Flow. But NotebookLM, you can make it very specialized and smart on a particular topic, like pickleball paddles is the example, and then also use this as a script for your Google Flow. So let's do an example. Create a short prompt script for Flow VO3 on the top pickleball paddle and why in 8 seconds. All right, so I got a short prompt script. I can then bring it to Google Flow. Go to my pickleball project. I'll just change this model to VO3 so we can get some audio. This will use 20 credits. Okay, I'm basically just gonna paste this in. So that is a full workflow for NotebookLM, how we can use it to discover sources on the internet, how we can feed it our own sources using PDFs and YouTube videos, and then use that information to create study guides, FAQs, to ask questions using the prompt, to generate an audio podcast, how to interact with the podcasters, and also how we can use Notebook LM to create a script for videos in Google's Flow using VO3.
Discover the 6-0 Double Black Diamond Control, the ultimate pickleball paddle. It delivers unrivaled power, control, and insane spin to elevate your game.